Here we go, guys. I guess by now you've heard about the death cross of Bitcoin, and we're going to 20,000, maybe even 10,000. But anyway, let's take a look at this. First of all, we're looking at the daily chart, and this is what people are talking about: the 50 simple day moving average crossing down and under the 200 simple day moving average. And basically, these moving averages, they're whether it's the 20, the 10, the 50, the 200. Depending on what timeline you're on. In this case, we're on the daily, is the average closing price over that 50-day moving period or 200-day moving period, 10-day moving period, whatever moving average you have up there, okay? And let me pop this back on here. And as you can see here, the previous death cross was confirmed in September, about a year ago, really, the 1st of September 2023, and it ended up being a major bear trap, okay? Instead of being, horrible for the bulls, it ended up being horrible for the bears because Bitcoin bottomed out, just under 25,000. And then, it ended up running up to close to 70,000, if you remember, okay? So this is what we're dealing with right here. And technically, the time to have gotten out is never at a death cross, okay, on a daily. The time to have gotten out is knowing the charts, knowing the cycles, and knowing the location on the chart, okay? So here's our location, inside bar, this green bar. You see this gray shaded area. This is what we teach our members. And then we broke, first of all, you just sit on your hands during this transition period, okay? And then as soon as you get the event, the cause of the breakout to the upside or downside, that's when you make your move. And in this case, to scale out, get out, whatever. And then in the opposite direction, inside bar, everything's closing and for the most part, working inside that gray shaded area. And then sit on your hands, wait for the whales, wait for the institutions, whoever it may be with the big money, to say, okay, now is the time we're going up, or now is the time we're going to, go lower. And of course, we went higher here, and then right here was the, previous time to have gotten out. So, we play these ups and downs pretty accurately, actually. Now let's go to the weekly chart. Let me take everything off. Let's go to the weekly, and the weekly is really where the magic happens. Okay, it's stronger than the daily or the 3-day or hourly, obviously. And we really love these weekly charts, okay? And as you can see, we haven't had a death cross in a little while. I mean, going back to, what is that? The 1st February of 2023. But as you see, it didn't last long. And by the time and this death cross really matters because it's on the weekly, so it's a whole lot stronger. But as you see, the time to have gotten out, the time to have been bearish was way back here, okay? Doesn't take a, rocket scientist to figure that out. And kind of going back in history, really where Bitcoin consolidated, found a base, and then broke out for this current halving cycle, the bull market really started here at the end of 2022 into 2023. And if you look on my, post, my trend on X, you'll see that we posted in January of 2023 that the bottom was in for Bitcoin in November of 2022. And of course, we gave our members a heads up, way before we posted on X. Another timestamps don't lie. But as you see here, let me go to this chart because I already have it made up for our members, and I'll give you a, couple of freebies here. And but anyway, and what we've drawn on here, we could going forward, we could have another down week, and this is why we're currently in a 2 up. In other words, 2 green candles closing up into a red candle in the lower range. Very bearish, okay? Unless something really pops off over this weekend or next week, I'm expecting another red week, or not another red week, but a red week for next week, okay? And we're about halfway through August right now. So yeah, we could end up a red August actually. So let me put this on here. And you see, we have a big drawn in red candle before it happens, because you can't call it after the price moves and go, hey, we're down. You got to call it beforehand. And in this case, we're calling it potentially a week before it happens. Okay. Now, in the midterm here, between now and the end of next week, we have this green dash line. Now, this is a specific measured move that our members are educated to do, trained to do. And as you can see, the last couple of weeks, including this week, we haven't been able to get over it. When you're under it, it's fairly strong resistance, okay? And then if you're over it coming down, it's pretty strong support. Now, when would I be very scared, very nervous? Right now, I'm as bullish as you can get on Bitcoin, crypto, and the stock market, okay? But matter of fact, in March, we called for the S&P 500 to be, to hit a target 5,800 to 6,000, and you can kind of see, where we are, even right now. But anyway, we still have the 50, in this case, simple week moving average. In other words, the average closing price over the last 50 weeks. Right here, we already tagged it once, and that would be potential move, a potential bottom, and I'm saying potentially because, anything can happen, nothing's 100% guaranteed, but we try to put the odds and percentages in our favor, okay? And we never make a move, never buy, we never sell unless we can name it and identify it. If you're going on a feeling or a thought, or, you think something's going to happen, guarantee you a high percentage of the time, the probabilities are against you and you're going to lose, okay? So you got to be like, I was describing it, identifying it, and naming it before I even put these drawings up here, okay? So that's what we're looking for. And hopefully it doesn't happen, but if it does, we're going to be, not financial advice, but we'll definitely be going all in this zone down here, okay? Now, when would I, call it quits, cash out, sell everything? We're done. We're going to the house. If we cross this green dash line here, I'm just going to say 33,000, okay? That's when the party would probably be over for a very extended period of time. But I really don't think that's going to happen. No matter, who gets in the office between now in November, they're going to be, pumping the markets. They're going to make everything as rosy and positive, and flowers blooming, bees pollinating as they can. Okay, because there's a certain, anyway. But yeah, that's what I wanted, to cover on the death cross. Okay, if you're, trading all, via the death cross and putting all your hopes and dreams into one move, when that move was really, several, let's go back here, you're several days late getting out, okay? In other words, if you think it's going to be a bear market, you're several days getting out, because the time to have gotten out is where we drew up here, right here, okay? So anyway, if you'd like to learn more about this, learn how to do this on your own, control your own destiny, make the market an ATM machine, check it out. And thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the charts.